Hey there, my friend. Welcome to this exciting talk where we're going to dive deep into something that can change your life: how to train your brain to make more money. Yeah, you heard that right. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, and if you use it the right way, you can literally rewire your thinking to attract more opportunities, make smarter decisions, and ultimately build the wealth you want. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this some kind of motivational talk that sounds good but doesn't actually work? Nope. This is real science, real strategies, and real mindset shifts that have helped people go from struggling financially to living the life they once only dreamed of. So, stick with me because by the end of this conversation, you'll have a completely new perspective on money, success, and how to train your brain to work for you instead of against you. Ready? Let's get started. 1. Your brain controls your financial success. All right, first things first. Let's talk about why your brain plays such a huge role in making money. Most people think that making money is about working hard, having the right job, or just being lucky. But the truth is, your financial situation is mostly a reflection of how your brain is wired. Think about this. Two people can be given the exact same opportunity, but one succeeds while the other fails. Why? Because success isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. Your beliefs, habits, and subconscious programming all determine how much money you make and how you handle it. If you've ever felt stuck financially, like no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to break through, don't worry. It's not your fault. It's just your brain running old programs that were probably installed in childhood. Maybe you grew up hearing things like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, or you have to work really hard to make a living. These beliefs get stored deep in your subconscious and shape your entire approach to money, even when you don't realize it. So, the first step in training your brain to make more money: reprogram your subconscious beliefs about wealth. And don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. 2. Rewiring your money mindset. Okay, so if your brain is running outdated software about money, how do you update it? Well, you start by becoming aware of the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Take a second and think about what you truly believe about money. Do you think making money is hard? Do you feel guilty about wanting more? Do you believe that rich people are bad? If so, those beliefs are creating invisible barriers that stop you from attracting wealth. Your subconscious mind is like a GPS. If you've programmed it to believe that money is scarce or that you don't deserve to be rich, it will guide you away from opportunities instead of toward them. So, how do you change this? You have to start feeding your brain new beliefs. Here are 3 powerful ways to do it. Affirmations. Every morning, tell yourself, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I'm open to new opportunities. I deserve to be financially free. Say them out loud. I know it might feel weird at first, but trust me, your brain believes whatever you tell it repeatedly. Visualization. Close your eyes and picture yourself living your dream life. See yourself making money effortlessly, running a successful business, or landing your dream job. Feel the emotions: excitement, confidence, gratitude. Your brain can't tell the difference between imagination and reality, so this trains it to expect success. Surround yourself with wealthy mindsets. Who do you spend time with? What kind of content do you consume? If you're constantly around people who complain about money, your brain will adopt that mindset. Start listening to successful people, reading books about wealth, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. 3. Develop a money-making mindset. Now, let's talk about how to actually think like a wealthy person. Rich people don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They think in terms of opportunities instead of obstacles. For example, when they see a problem, they don't complain about it. They ask, how can I solve this and make money from it? They see investments instead of expenses. They understand that money is a tool that can create more wealth. So here's an exercise for you. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I can't afford this, change it to, how can I afford this? This simple shift forces your brain to look for solutions instead of limitations. 4. Train your brain to spot opportunities. One thing I love about successful people, they see opportunities everywhere. Most people miss out on chances to make money because they're not trained to look for them. But once you start shifting your perspective, you'll realize that opportunities are all around you. Want proof? Think about the last time you wanted to buy something specific, maybe a red car. Suddenly, you start seeing red cars everywhere, right? That's because your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system, RAS, which focuses on what you tell it to. So, if you start telling your brain to look for money-making opportunities, it will. Try this. Every day, ask yourself, what's one way I can make extra money today? You'll be surprised at what your mind starts noticing. 5. Take action. Train your brain through habits. Here's the truth. Nothing changes if nothing changes. It's not enough to just think about making more money. You have to take action. But don't worry, you don't need to take huge, scary steps. Small, consistent actions train your brain to expect success. Here are 3 habits to develop. Daily learning. Spend at least 20 minutes a day reading about money, business, or personal development. The more you learn, the more confident and capable you become. Smart money moves. Start saving, investing, or finding ways to increase your income, even if it's just a little at first. Training your brain to manage money is just as important as making it. Networking and growth. Surround yourself with successful people. Go to events, join groups, and connect with people who think big. You'll start seeing new possibilities just by being in the right environment. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here because we're about to dive even deeper into our topic today. Train your brain to make more money. This isn't just another pep talk. It's a journey into understanding how your thoughts, habits, and daily actions can rewire your brain for wealth. I want you to imagine this conversation as a long, relaxing walk together, where each step brings you closer to a new mindset, a mindset that attracts money, opportunities, and success into your life. Let's start by taking a deeper look at how your brain actually works when it comes to money. Our brains are incredible organs that operate both on conscious and subconscious levels. While we often pride ourselves on our rational decisions, a huge part of how we behave, especially in financial matters, is dictated by subconscious programming. Think of your brain as a powerful computer that has been programmed over the years, often without you even realizing it. Many of these programs were installed during childhood or through our early experiences with money. If you grew up hearing that money is scarce, or that only a few people ever become rich, these messages become part of your inner dialogue. They whisper doubts and fears, even when deep down you want to break free and succeed. Now, the exciting part is that you have the power to update that software. Imagine if you could replace those old limiting beliefs with new empowering ones. It's like upgrading from an old, outdated operating system to the latest version that's faster, smarter, and more intuitive. And the good news is that every single day, with just a few simple practices, you can start to reprogram your mind to see the world and money differently. Let's get practical. One of the most powerful tools in your brain training arsenal is affirmations. I know. Affirmations might sound a bit new age at first, but trust me, they work. When you repeat positive statements like, money flows to me easily and effortlessly, or I deserve financial abundance, you're essentially feeding your brain new instructions. The more you say these words, the more your brain starts to believe them. It's like rewriting a script that you've been running on autopilot for years. I encourage you to set aside a few minutes each morning, maybe while you're sipping your coffee or looking in the mirror, to affirm these positive beliefs about money. Visualization is another amazing technique. Have you ever noticed how, when you really desire something, you start to see signs of it everywhere? That's no coincidence. It's your brain's reticular activating system, RAS, at work. By taking just a few minutes to close your eyes and imagine yourself living the life of your dreams, you're sending a powerful signal to your subconscious. This is what I want, and it's already on its way to me. Picture yourself in that dream scenario, feeling the joy, the excitement, the gratitude for having achieved financial freedom. Let every detail be as vivid as possible. The colors, the sounds, the emotions. This practice not only motivates you, but also tunes your brain to spot opportunities that match your vision. Now, while affirmations and visualization are fantastic, another key element is the company you keep. I can't stress enough how important it is to surround yourself with people who inspire and motivate you. Ask yourself, who are the people you spend most of your time with? If they're full of negativity or constantly complaining about money, that energy will rub off on you. Instead, seek out those who think big, who are enthusiastic about growth and success. Whether it's through networking events, online communities, or even the books you read and the podcasts you listen to, immerse yourself in an environment where abundance is the norm. Let's talk about habits for a moment. Habits are like the daily rituals that slowly but surely build up your mindset. They are the small, repeated actions that eventually lead to big changes. For example, dedicating just 20 minutes a day to learning something new about money management, investment strategies, or personal development can compound over time. It's like planting seeds. At first, you might not notice the change, but eventually, you'll see a flourishing garden of knowledge and opportunity. One habit I want you to consider is keeping a money journal. Every day, write down your thoughts about money, your spending habits, your savings, and even your financial dreams. This practice does wonders for your self-awareness. By writing things down, you not only track your progress, but also uncover any recurring negative patterns. When you see these patterns on paper, it becomes easier to challenge and change them. Over time, you'll begin to recognize the triggers that lead to poor financial decisions, and more importantly, replace them with strategies that align with your goal of attracting more wealth. Now, let's dive into the art of taking action. Yes, reprogramming your mind is crucial, but without action, those new beliefs remain just that, beliefs without results. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the perfect moment to act. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. Every day presents a new opportunity to move forward, no matter how small the step might seem. Even the tiniest actions, like researching a new side hustle, attending a webinar on financial literacy, or simply reaching out to someone for advice, can set off a chain reaction that eventually leads to significant change. Think about this. Every time you face a challenge or a setback, it's a chance to learn something new about yourself and your financial habits. Instead of letting failures discourage you, use them as stepping stones. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? How can I use this knowledge to make better decisions next time? This mindset shift is crucial. It transforms failures into lessons and setbacks into setups for even greater success. Another important aspect of training your brain to make more money is understanding and managing your emotions. Money is a topic that stirs up a lot of feelings: excitement, fear, guilt, even anger. Often, our emotional responses to financial situations can cloud our judgment and lead us to make impulsive decisions. When you find yourself overwhelmed by emotion, take a step back. Practice deep breathing or even a quick meditation session to clear your head. Remind yourself that every financial decision is an opportunity to learn and grow. Over time, you'll become more adept at managing your emotions and making decisions based on logic and strategy rather than impulse. I also want to share a personal story that might resonate with you. Not too long ago, I was in a situation where money felt like a constant source of stress and anxiety. I had these ingrained beliefs that I would never be truly wealthy, and that money was something to be feared rather than celebrated. But then I decided to change my perspective. I began to incorporate daily affirmations, visualizations, and a commitment to lifelong learning about money. Slowly but surely, I noticed a shift. Opportunities started to appear, and I was able to make decisions that aligned with my new empowering mindset. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but it was a journey, one that taught me that the key to financial success isn't just in the actions you take, but in the way you think about money. Let's talk about investing, a subject that often seems intimidating, but is actually a fantastic way to train your brain to think about money differently. Investing isn't just for the super rich or financial experts. It's for anyone who wants to make their money work for them. When you invest, you're essentially putting your money into something that has the potential to grow over time. This can be stocks, real estate, mutual funds, or even your own business. The key is to educate yourself, start small, and be patient. Investing teaches you the value of delayed gratification and the power of compound interest. Even small, regular investments can add up to significant wealth over time if you stay committed. Another powerful concept is the idea of multiple income streams. Relying on a single source of income can be risky, especially in an unpredictable world. By diversifying your income, you not only reduce risk, but also train your brain to look for creative ways to earn money. This could be anything from a side hustle, freelancing, selling products online, or even monetizing a hobby. The more you explore different avenues, the more you expand your understanding of how money can flow into your life. It's all about being open to new possibilities and not being afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Let's shift gears and discuss the importance of setting financial goals. Goals give you direction and purpose. They're like the roadmap that guides your journey to wealth. When you set clear, specific financial goals, you create a target for your brain to aim for. Whether it's saving a certain amount each month, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund, having a goal helps you stay focused and motivated. Write down your goals and break them into smaller, actionable steps. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small, because each one is a victory on your path to financial freedom. Now, I want to dive a bit deeper into how you can overcome common mental blocks that might be sabotaging your financial success. One major block is the fear of failure. So many of us are paralyzed by the thought of making a mistake or losing money, and that fear can keep us from taking any action at all. But here's the thing: failure is not the end. It's a part of the learning process. Every successful person has faced failures along the way. The trick is to see failure as feedback rather than a reflection of your worth. When you encounter a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? Embrace failure as a necessary stepping stone towards success. Another mental block is the fear of success. It sounds counterintuitive, right? But sometimes, people subconsciously fear the responsibilities or changes that come with success. You might worry about losing your friends, facing higher expectations, or even becoming a target for jealousy. These fears can be deeply ingrained, but they can be overcome by shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing success as a burden, view it as an opportunity to grow, help others, and create a legacy. Remind yourself that you deserve success and that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. I also want to touch on the power of gratitude. It might seem simple, but practicing gratitude is one of the most effective ways to attract more abundance into your life. When you take the time each day to appreciate what you already have, you're sending a positive signal to your brain. It starts to recognize that abundance is not just a possibility, it's your reality. Try keeping a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're thankful for every day. Over time, you'll notice a shift in your overall mindset, making you more open to receiving even more blessings, including financial ones. Now, let's explore the relationship between self-worth and money. This is a crucial area because many of our financial problems stem from how we view ourselves. If you believe that you're not worthy of wealth, or that you don't deserve to be financially free, then your brain will work to confirm those beliefs. It's essential to work on building your self-esteem and recognizing your inherent value. Remember, money is simply a tool. It doesn't define who you are. You are worthy of success, not because of how much money you have, but because of the unique talents, skills, and perspectives you bring to the world. Embrace your self-worth and let that confidence radiate in every financial decision you make. Another important strategy in training your brain to make more money is to learn from others who have successfully shifted their financial mindset. Seek out mentors, attend seminars, and listen to podcasts or audiobooks by people who have achieved the financial success you desire. Their stories can be incredibly motivating and provide you with practical tips that you can implement in your own life. When you see that others have overcome obstacles similar to yours, it reinforces the idea that you too can achieve greatness. And remember, success is not a zero-sum game. There's plenty of wealth to go around, and by sharing knowledge and supporting each other, we all rise together. Let's talk about the concept of delayed gratification, which is a cornerstone of financial success. In our fast-paced world, we're often conditioned to seek immediate rewards. However, when it comes to building wealth, patience is key. Delayed gratification means sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term gains. For instance, instead of splurging on every trendy gadget or luxury item, consider how much more powerful it could be to invest that money. Over time, the returns from those investments can far exceed the fleeting satisfaction of an impulsive purchase. Training your brain to value long-term rewards over short-term impulses is a critical skill that will pay dividends for years to come. One of the most transformative practices I've come to love is mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about being fully present in the moment and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you develop the ability to recognize when negative or limiting thoughts about money arise, and you can gently shift your focus to more empowering beliefs. It's like having an inner coach that guides you back to a positive path every time you stray. Whether it's through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply pausing to check in with yourself throughout the day, mindfulness can help you gain clarity and control over your financial decisions. I want to share another story, this one from a friend who transformed her life by training her brain for wealth. She used to struggle with money, always feeling like no matter what she did, she couldn't get ahead. One day, she decided to completely overhaul her mindset. She started by writing down all the negative beliefs she had about money, and then she countered each one with a positive affirmation. She also began reading books about financial independence and joined online communities of like-minded individuals. Over time, Not only did her financial situation improve, but she also discovered a newfound sense of self-confidence and purpose. Her journey wasn't without challenges, but every setback became a lesson that pushed her further toward success. Her experience is a testament to the fact that when you change your mind, you change your life. Now, let's address a common concern. How do you stay motivated on days when progress seems slow or when old habits creep back in? The answer lies in consistency and self-compassion. Understand that transformation is rarely a linear process. There will be ups and downs, breakthroughs, and setbacks. What matters most is that you remain committed to your vision. On those challenging days, revisit your affirmations, look at your progress in your money journal, and remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. Celebrate the small victories. They add up over time. And always remember, every day is a new opportunity to start fresh and make progress towards your financial goals. Another technique that's incredibly effective is setting mini challenges for yourself. These challenges can be as simple as committing to save a small percentage of your income for a week, or finding one new way to save money each day. These mini challenges create a sense of excitement and achievement, and they train your brain to see that progress is possible even in small increments. Over time, these small wins build up and lead to massive transformations in your financial life. As we continue our journey, I also want to talk about the importance of self-reflection. Periodically, take a step back and evaluate your financial habits and mindset. Ask yourself questions like, what beliefs about money do I still hold on to that might be limiting me? How can I shift these beliefs to serve me better? Journaling can be a great tool for this. Write down your thoughts, track your progress, and be honest with yourself about the areas where you need to improve. Self-reflection is not about self-criticism. It's about understanding and growth. It's a way of saying to yourself, I am committed to becoming the best version of me, and I'm willing to learn and evolve along the way. Let's delve into a bit more detail on the power of education when it comes to money. Financial literacy is a game changer. The more you understand about how money works, the principles of saving, investing, budgeting, and even the psychology behind financial decisions, the more empowered you become. There's a saying that knowledge is power, and when it comes to money, it's absolutely true. Read books by experts, take online courses, attend workshops, and never stop learning. With every new piece of information, you're equipping your brain with the tools it needs to make smarter financial decisions. And as your knowledge grows, so does your confidence in managing and growing your wealth. It's also important to recognize that money isn't just a number on a bank statement. It's a reflection of your values and your relationship with the world. When you truly train your brain to make more money, you're not just focusing on accumulation. You're also learning to use your money as a tool for positive change. Consider how you can use your wealth to not only better your own life, but also to contribute to the well-being of others. Whether it's through charitable giving, investing in community projects, or simply sharing your knowledge with others, the act of using money to create positive impact reinforces a healthy, abundant mindset. I know that all of this might seem like a lot to take in, and you might be wondering, how do I start? The key is to begin with one or two small changes and build from there. For example, you could start your day with a simple affirmation ritual. As soon as you wake up, say, "Today, I choose abundance and financial success." Then, spend 5 minutes visualizing your ideal financial future. Later in the day, set aside some time to review your money journal or even learn something new about personal finance. These small actions, repeated consistently, will eventually transform your overall mindset and behavior. As we get further into this conversation, I want you to imagine that you're sitting with a trusted friend, talking about your dreams and the obstacles you face. That's exactly how I want this to feel, like a warm, honest chat between two people who genuinely care about each other's success. I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to share what I've learned and what has worked for so many others who were once in your shoes. The beauty of this journey is that it's personal. Everyone's path to financial success is unique, but the principles remain the same. By tuning your brain to the frequency of abundance, you unlock a world of possibilities that you might never have imagined. Let's take a moment to dive into the science behind this. Research in neuroscience has shown that our brains are highly plastic, meaning they're capable of change at any age. This concept, known as neuroplasticity, is the foundation of how we can rewire our brains for success. Every time you engage in a new habit, every time you challenge an old belief, you're physically changing the structure of your brain. Neurons form new connections, pathways are strengthened, and over time, these new patterns become second nature. This scientific understanding reinforces the idea that it's never too late to change your financial destiny. Your brain is always ready to learn, adapt, and grow, no matter where you are in life. Another aspect that often gets overlooked is the role of self-care in your financial journey. It might sound surprising, but taking care of your mental, emotional, and physical health has a direct impact on your ability to manage money. When you're stressed, tired, or overwhelmed, your decision-making abilities suffer. You might be more likely to make impulsive purchases or overlook opportunities that require a clear, focused mind. Incorporating self-care practices, whether it's a relaxing bath, a brisk walk, or simply taking a break from your daily routine, can help you maintain the clarity and energy you need to make sound financial decisions. Remember, a healthy mind is a wealth-building mind. I also want to emphasize the importance of perseverance. There will be days when you feel like all your efforts are in vain, when setbacks seem to undo all the progress you've made. In those moments, it's crucial to remember that every successful person has faced obstacles. The difference between those who ultimately succeed and those who don't is persistence. Keep going, even when it feels like you're not making any progress. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. And when you look back in a few months or years, you'll see that these small actions have compounded into something truly remarkable. Let's talk about a practical exercise that you can try right now. Grab a notebook and a pen, and let's do a little mind mapping. In the center of your page, write down your ultimate financial goal, something specific and inspiring. Now, draw branches outward from that goal, and on each branch, write down the different steps or habits that could help you reach it. These might include things like daily affirmations, reading for 20 minutes, saving a fixed percentage of income, investing in a course, or networking with mentors. This visual representation not only helps clarify your objectives, but also serves as a constant reminder of the interconnected actions that lead to financial success. Keep this map somewhere you can see it every day and update it as you discover new strategies or goals. I also want to mention the importance of flexibility in your approach. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes, even the best laid plans need to be adjusted. When you're training your brain to make more money, it's essential to remain adaptable. If one strategy isn't working, don't be afraid to pivot and try something else. The willingness to experiment and learn from each experience is what sets successful people apart. Every financial journey is filled with twists and turns, and the more flexible you are, the easier it will be to navigate those changes with confidence and resilience. One concept that ties all these ideas together is the idea of abundance versus scarcity. Scarcity is a mindset that tells you there's never enough, whether it's time, money, or opportunities. Abundance, on the other hand, is the belief that there is plenty to go around, and that by sharing and supporting each other, we can all thrive. When you shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You become more generous, not just with your money, but with your time, knowledge, and energy. This shift not only attracts more wealth into your life, but also enriches your relationships and overall sense of fulfillment. As we continue this conversation, I want you to consider your relationship with failure and success as a spectrum rather than a binary state. It's not about being a total success or a complete failure. It's about continuous progress. There will be moments of doubt and frustration, but there will also be moments of breakthrough and triumph. Embrace the entire journey. Every experience, whether it feels good or bad at the time, is a learning opportunity that contributes to your growth. Over time, these experiences become the building blocks of a resilient, wealth-building mindset. I also encourage you to experiment with creative ways to generate income. In today's digital age, there are more opportunities than ever before to create streams of income that align with your passions and skills. Whether it's starting a blog, launching a YouTube channel like this one, or developing an online course, there are countless avenues to explore. The key is to approach these opportunities with curiosity and an open mind. Don't be discouraged by initial setbacks. Every successful entrepreneur has faced rejection and failure before finding the path that worked for them. Let each experience teach you something valuable, and always keep pushing forward. Let's talk about the power of planning and routine. Creating a daily or weekly routine that supports your financial goals can be incredibly effective. This might mean setting aside specific times for learning, planning your budget, or even meditating on your goals. Routines help to create a sense of structure and consistency that reinforces your new money mindset. Over time, these routines become second nature, and you'll find that your actions are more aligned with your long-term objectives. Consider this. If you wake up each day with a clear plan and a focused mindset, you're far more likely to attract the opportunities that lead to wealth. I also want to delve into how important it is to celebrate your progress. We often focus so much on what we haven't achieved yet that we forget to appreciate how far we've come. Taking time to celebrate your wins, no matter how small, creates a positive feedback loop. It reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed and motivates you to keep moving forward. Maybe you saved an extra $50 this week, or perhaps you finally took that course you've been thinking about. Acknowledge these achievements. They're the milestones on your journey to financial freedom. Another area we haven't explored in detail is the impact of stress on financial decision-making. It's no secret that stress can cloud our judgment and lead us to make poor choices, especially when money is involved. Stress management techniques, such as exercise, meditation, or even talking to a trusted friend or counselor, can help clear your mind and improve your decision-making. When your mind is calm, you're better equipped to analyze situations objectively and make choices that align with your long-term goals. Remember, a calm and clear mind is one of your greatest assets in building wealth. As we move forward together on this journey, I want you to know that transformation takes time and patience. You might not see immediate results, and that's okay. The process of rewiring your brain and changing your financial habits is gradual, and every little step counts. The important thing is that you're committed to the process. Each day, each decision, and each new habit builds on the last, creating a foundation for lasting financial success. Let's shift gears a little and talk about risk. Often, our fear of taking risks holds us back from achieving greater wealth. It's natural to want to play it safe, but sometimes the greatest rewards come from stepping outside your comfort zone. It's not about being reckless, it's about calculated risk taking. Learn to assess risks by gathering information, doing your research, and trusting your intuition. When you start to see risk as an opportunity rather than a threat, you open yourself up to possibilities that you might have otherwise overlooked. Remember, the biggest risk is often not taking any risk at all. I also want to encourage you to be mindful of the media you consume. In today's world, we're bombarded with messages about what we should or shouldn't believe about money. Some of these messages can be incredibly limiting. Instead of letting these external voices dictate your beliefs, take control of your narrative. Curate your social media feeds, choose books and podcasts that inspire you, and engage with content that aligns with your vision of financial abundance. By taking charge of the information you absorb, you're actively shaping your mindset and paving the way for greater success. As we near the end of our conversation today, I want to leave you with a powerful reminder. You are in control of your financial destiny. Everything we've talked about, from affirmations and visualization to habits and risk-taking, is within your reach. The journey to financial abundance isn't a destination. It's a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. There will be setbacks, but each challenge is an opportunity to learn and become stronger. Your brain is an amazing tool, and with the right training, it can work wonders for you. I hope that throughout this conversation, you've started to see that the key to making more money isn't some elusive secret. It's a series of deliberate daily actions that rewire your brain for success. It's about changing your inner dialogue, taking consistent action, and trusting in your ability to transform your financial reality. Every time you choose to believe in yourself, every time you take a small step towards your goal, you're training your brain to attract more wealth. Before we wrap up, let me share one final thought. Success isn't measured solely by the amount of money in your bank account. It's measured by the freedom, opportunities, and fulfillment that wealth can bring into your life. When you train your brain to make more money, you're not just aiming for financial security. You're creating a life where you have the freedom to pursue your passions, support your loved ones, and make a positive impact in the world. And that, my friend, is true success. So, as you go about your day, I invite you to carry this conversation with you. Remind yourself of the power of your mind, the importance of consistent action, and the beauty of transformation. Revisit your affirmations, your visualization exercises, and that money journal. And remember, every single day is an opportunity to get closer to the life you deserve. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I truly believe that by applying these strategies and shifting your mindset, you can achieve incredible financial success. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. I'm excited for you and the amazing journey ahead. Until next time, take care and remember, you've got this.